Alright, gonna get it right this time. Now.
God, oh God, that was the worst 23 hours of my entire life. Doctor, is my baby okay? Hey, that was a true story, but I gotta say thanks to modern medicine for keeping me alive till today. My name is Tristan. I was born in Dallas. I've moved to East Texas, and I've lived there for most of my life. My favorite show is Doctor Who because I love it, and it's a terrific inspiration for filming. Honestly, I would say my guilty pleasure in life is hoarding blankets and pillows on my bed to an unhealthy amount, and also plushies.
Oh, are we rolling? Okay. According to whatever spiritual paperwork that was apparently filed before you came to Earth, you chose me to be your mother. Which means before arriving here, you looked at every available option and said, her, the loud one, the one with the camera, the one who documents everything. That seems safe. Well, this is what you got. Before you head to Utah, or during or same day, and introduce yourself to an entirely new group of unsuspecting people, I think it is only fair that I introduce you to yourself again, properly, with evidence. Because apparently you had the audacity to grow up, and I do not remember approving that paperwork. And Utah still sounds fake. It feels like somebody just sort of spun a globe and closed their eyes and said, yep, there, that. So we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming, which I'm not entirely sure why, because whatever you had scheduled is probably better. You're the one with the media degree. I'm the one who spent 25 years filming vertically, losing files, and occasionally recording the inside of my purse that I'd never carried. So naturally, I'm directing. You arrived curious, funny, slightly dramatic, fully committed, apparently exhausted from childbirth, despite contributing very little to the logistics. Whatever was happening, you were in, not cautiously observing, not waiting to see whether the situation met your standard. You just showed up as Tristan and decided the situation was now worth enjoying. That has always been your operating system. Completely yourself, fully committed, usually delighted, occasionally dressed like 3 separate conventions had merged during an evacuation, but always you. You did not wait for life to become perfect before loving it. You loved it while it was happening, and that is rarer than you know. Same software, different casing. Occasional update, several security vulnerabilities, but the core system held. Here is something I have been trying to tell you your whole life. Take the picture. Keep the stupid little thing. Write down what happened, because all those moments that seem unimportant while you're living them eventually become the whole damn story. Nobody announces it. Nobody says, Tristan, pay attention. This completely ordinary Tuesday will become priceless later. It's just Tuesday. You're eating ice cream, watching South Park. Bear is there, silently carrying enough classified information to destabilize several governments. SpongeBob is sneaking adult jokes past both of us like the yellow little criminal he was. Somebody is cheating at cards. It was Brent. It was always Brent. Eventually, the game stopped being about victory, and the collective mission became anybody but Brent. We often failed, but we failed together. A cat has somehow become management. Another cat has identified a weakness in our perimeter. The weakness was us. We had no screening process, no capacity limit, no zoning. At one point, I believe the cats were approving new admissions. And none of it looked historic. That was the trick. I knew those moments mattered. I enjoyed them while they were happening. I took the pictures because I understood that time is a thief with excellent manners. It does not announce the robbery. It just keeps moving. That is why I am barely in the photographs. Somebody had to stand behind the camera. Somebody had to make sure the evidence survived. And this, right now, is my reward.
Mirror, mirror, what do you see? A tired soul staring back at me. But somewhere out there, someone smiles. When they think of me, they light up for a while. Now you see yourself every day through the eyes of someone who admires you. Let their love wash the doubt away, so you never again question your worth. It's true, you're brighter than you know. Oh, oh, let their eyes be the mirror you hold.
Bear has seen things. Bear knows where the bodies are. Bear has signed nothing and remains unavailable for questioning. Some of my favorite memories are still us eating ice cream, watching South Park, and laughing until neither one of us could breathe. Which may explain both your sense of humor and several parenting complaints I fully intend to ignore. And SpongeBob, listen, I genuinely believed SpongeBob was a children's show. It was not. South Park at least had the decency to identify itself. SpongeBob was operating undercover, and that little yellow psychopath crossed lines that the South Park had the professional courtesy to label first, but those nights mattered. Not because of what we watched, because we were together. The show was never the memory. You were. I dragged your ass into first class on purpose. I showed you 5-star everything on purpose. I took you into rooms where everybody walked around like the carpet had a trust fund. Most of the actual pictures are apparently hiding in the same alternate dimension as spare socks, replacement chargers, and competent customer service. But it happened. People probably thought I was showing off. No. Like I told you, I was vaccinating you. And not in the bad way. I wanted you to know what expensive looked like, what it felt like, so nobody could ever sell it back to you. I wanted some man in a $1,000 suit to have absolutely no power to impress you, because you'd already seen the trick. The velvet rope, the tiny towel, glass bottle of water, espresso in the department store, same chair, under better lighting. I wanted you to see first class before some asshole tried to use it as a personality. A $1,000 suit does not automatically contain a $1,000 man or $1 million man. Sometimes it is just Cole's confidence with financing. Sometimes the expensive thing was worth every dollar. Sometimes it was just decorative bullshit with valet parking. And sometimes, most times, the 3-star hotel won because breakfast was free and nobody had monetized the eggs. Nobody has ever looked at a waffle and thought, you know, it would improve this. A marble lobby. We had Paris. Yeah, the one 45 minutes north of Commerce, Texas. Commerce. Sounds like an ugly town. It is. There's no trees, but there's a college. An expensive college, and the students can't drive. We also had Buc-ee's. Reason to stop at Buc-ee's. Number 1 and number 2. Money buys comfort. It buys time. It buys options. It buys good tools. It cannot manufacture a good night. I wanted you to know what expensive looked like, felt like, was. So you could recognize value without needing a chandelier. The people always mattered more than the furniture. You studied media. You studied cameras. You studied editing. You studied storytelling. You simply object to being perceived. A small technical limitation, as it were. You could have broken YouTube. Instead, you chose privacy. Very noble. Financially catastrophic. God gave you timing, charm, a face built for reaction shots, and one catastrophic terms and conditions clause. Stage fright. Oh, a tragic misuse of natural resources. This degree is paying dividends already. You are stupid funny. Not family funny, actually funny. The kind of funny where people start laughing before you finish because your face has already leaked the punchline. You make rooms lighter. People breathe differently after you've been there, and that's not a small gift. Keep using it. But do not turn yourself into a vending machine for everybody else's comfort. Do not become the entertainment because you think you have to earn your seat. Make them laugh because joy is a gift, not because applause is rent. The people worth keeping will want you there before the joke. They will not love you because you are funny. They will laugh because they already love you. That smile is the most expensive thing on your face. $20,000. Eric, you still owe me your half. I'm not kidding. For that price, you would think they could have included a spare retainer. Not even one, and I paid the extra $500. But it was worth every dollar. You have a smile you never have to be ashamed of. Take care of it. It's all yours now, which is terrifying because the warranty has expired. The manufacturer has left the building. Godspeed. You did not become yourself alone. Nobody does. People carried pieces of you. Some stayed, some left. Some helped for a season. Some handed you exactly one useful tool and then wandered into the fog like emotionally inconvenient wizards. Some loved you well. Some loved you badly. Some managed both. Because people are inconveniently complicated and apparently nobody agreed to remain inside the assigned category before everything went to shit. And that mattered. Randy fixed your back. Good things do not become fake because something later went bad. The record gets to contain both. Some relationships belong to you. You do not need me to rewrite them for you. Keep what was useful. Keep what was true. Tell the truth about the rest. And apparently, at 23 years old, you were personally responsible for 2 families falling apart. Impressive. Most people your age can barely remember a password, but you somehow overpowered 4 grown adults between roughly 50 and 65 years old, entered their minds, made their choices, and dismantled multiple relationships from a remote location. Truly extraordinary reach. You could barely call and schedule your own dentist appointment. In fact, I don't think you ever scheduled one. But apparently, you were operating a multi-household collapse from Central Command. You should put that on a resume. Skills include communication, humor, media production, and causing fully autonomous adults to abandon all judgment. No. Adults made adult choices. Their choices belong to them. Their failures are not an inheritance you have to carry. You can learn from what happened without accepting a bill addressed to the wrong person. At 23 years old, the 23-year-old was not secretly operating the weather. Although based on this picture, I understand why investigators had questions. Then there was Red Black. Allegedly a strategy game. Actually, a controlled experiment in watching grown people turn into tiny governments under pressure. Who cooperates, who hoards, who negotiates, who spies. Yeah, that was me. Who panics, who gets clever, who forgets the point. And just when everybody thinks they have it figured out, the facilitators reach into the machinery and remind the room that math can always become violent. It was never really about whether you won. It was about who you became during. Pressure does not create character. It reveals whatever showed up without makeup. Speak the truth always. Tell the truth when it costs you, especially then. That concludes the medieval compliance module. You are now slightly less dangerous. You almost never know you're living a last time. That was the last time we went to that pier. Grandpa had cancer. We didn't know. It's the last time we walked that road. We didn't know. During that time, the world was full of last times disguised as normal days. That was your last hug. I knew. So I took the pictures because sometimes you just know. And when you know, you document the hell out of it. My dad spent my entire life making sure I understood what things cost. Not because he regretted paying, because invisible sacrifice gets mistaken for free delivery. Administration, a great example. People start believing love arrived fully assembled with batteries included. It did not. Somebody worked, somebody repaired, somebody stayed awake, somebody carried the bill before you ever knew there was one. This man put pantyhose over the end of a vacuum because wasting perfectly good grass offended him on a spiritual level. That sentence explains more about this family than therapy ever could. He told me my whole life that I could never pay him back. He was right. I couldn't. But that was never the point. When he was dying, after I spent months taking care of him, I asked him anyway. I asked whether I'd finally paid him back. And he said, with interest. And there was no greater compliment. None. He carried me. And at the end, I carried him. That wasn't repayment. That was continuation. He would also want the record to show that pantyhose remain a legitimate engineering material. 6 weeks after Grandpa died, the house burned. 5 generations of stuff on both sides of the family were in it and went with it. Pictures, records, objects people had carried across entire lifetimes. Gone. We lost almost everything we could hold. Turns out almost everything that mattered was not in the house. The things disappeared. The stories did not. The inheritance survived because people carried it. Dad's lessons survived. Jokes survived. The way we noticed cost survived. The way we kept the record survived. Some things survived because they knew how to stand. Some things survived because some things survived by becoming something new. And sometimes there is no lesson. Sometimes you just get a rainbow. Then there was the truck. Your grandfather's truck. I kept it running for 8 years. Spent about $8,000 doing it. I thought I was fixing a truck. It turns out I was keeping my son alive. Then you put it upside down and backward in a creek 1 year after you started driving, which was not listed on the maintenance schedule. Ambitious. Not good, but ambitious. And the truck saved your life. It understood the assignment. You misunderstood several road conditions and qualifying activities, but the truck was fully briefed. It was just a truck. It was just money. And when the moment came, it gave itself up for you. Worth it. Every repair, every aggravating part, every dollar, I'd pay it again. Tomorrow, today, this instant. And yes, I made you stand there for a picture. The record is everything. Also, you were wearing an I have issues shirt because apparently God occasionally handles captions personally. And of course, I had filled the tank the night before. It was on E the night before. And I knew you had to drive to work the next day. But, tragedy has impeccable comedic timing. Trucks can be replaced. You cannot. I was still mad about the gas. Cost is not regret. Cost is how you know. Your grandfather left us equipment. I rearranged it because I'm older now and editing dead people is one of the few perks of middle age. Here's what I want you to carry now. 1, pay yourself first. Money, yes, invest it. At least 200 to 500. You've got to start now. 35 years. This is not financial advice, but invest it aggressively. Between 4 and 11 million. Because future Tristan cannot eat personal growth, and it's terrible at paying bills. But you also pay yourself in peace, curiosity, health, time, humor. Never give every piece of yourself to a job, a relationship, or a system that would replace you before lunch. Keep enough of yourself that you still recognize the person coming home. 2, keep your powder dry. Prepare before you panic. Learn before you are tested. Save before you are desperate. The calmest person in the emergency is usually the one who packed yesterday. Preparation is just anxiety with office supplies. 3, never let the bad guy win. Not because every fight deserves your attention. You'll meet too many idiots to survive that policy, and I'm pretty sure Utah has a quota. It means do not let cruel people turn you cruel, and do not let disappointment take your humor. Bitterness is the only victory they actually wanted. Do not hand it to them. 4, aim high in your steering. Most people stare at the hood or just beyond it. You look at the horizon. Ask where the decision leads, not just whether it feels good today. Today is loud. The horizon is usually right. This advice becomes particularly relevant near creeks. 5, cheap tools and cheap parts are false economy.
It's like, the funniest thing about fencing is, the saying, do something now your future self will thank you for? Well, fencing is all about doing something now your future self will hate you for. I mean, you're going to be thinking, oh my god, such a well-made fence. And then you're going to be defencing it and you're going to be like, fuck you, past Tristan. And I'm just trying to undo this. It's a pain. It is a pain.
There he is. Past Tristan building a fence so future Tristan can eventually curse him by name. Buy the good shit once. Good tools, good boots, good friends, good advice. Cheap things fail under pressure. So do cheap people. And truthfully, everything eventually fails under pressure because nothing can hold up everything forever. And prosecution rests. 6, always go with a native. Remember when you first got to where you're at now? You had somebody show you around. He knew more than you. When you enter a new place, shut up long enough to find the person who actually knows how it works. It's rarely, actually never, is it going to be the loudest one. It is almost never going to be the one performing leadership at maximum volume. Just don't go with that one. Find the person everybody quietly trusts. The one that knows how to fix everything and the one that knows where everything is. That's probably going to require several layers of translation in Utah. Number 7, the record is everything. It is. People forget conversations. Paper does not. Truth has a terrible memory until somebody writes it down. Keep the promises. Keep the text. Keep the receipts. Keep the pictures. One day, the record may be the only thing standing between the truth and somebody else's creative writing, which is why this film exists, and why deleting your mother's text would be destruction of evidence. 8, keep the chief off my back. Handle your business. Do not create 3 new emergencies while solving the first, and don't make your preventable nonsense become somebody else's mandatory meeting. This is adulthood in one sentence. Stop generating paperwork for people who outrank you. 9, when the bell hits, it's assholes and elbows. It just means move. There are moments when life does not care whether you are ready. Thinking time ends. Character takes the wheel. Build the person now who will know what to do then. Metaphorically, Tristan, Job Corps may have policies. I always imagined launching you differently. I thought I would get the bird to the end of my hand and it would just fly beautifully, gracefully, and I would stand there looking wise. Inspirational music would play. Everybody would behave appropriately. Instead, the bird launched sideways, and I fell face first into the dirt. Somebody knocked over the equipment. The entire operation violated several aviation standards. Still flew. Launch is still a launch. It does not have to be pretty to be real. You are about to walk into a place where nobody already knows your story. That is frightening. That is also freedom. You get to decide what travels with you. Take the humor, take the kindness, take the ability to make a room lighter, take the equipment, take the record. Leave behind the belief that you have to give yourself away to belong. You do not have to become impressive. Become solid. Be reliable, be funny, be kind without being gullible. Be dangerous without being cruel. Learn how things work. Keep your word. Call your family. Eat the free breakfast. Question anybody who charges $12 for orange juice. And verify the record before believing anything a girl in Utah tells you. I raised you better than that. Allegedly. You know, everybody probably thinks this video is my gift to you. It is not. This, all of this, is my reward. I already got the gift. I got to watch you become you. I got every version. The baby with legs out the crib, the kid with bear, child who made every room his own, the teenager who could make everybody laugh and still did not want that camera pointed at him and put on YouTube. By the way, did I mention that we could have been rich? The media student who understood the entire production except the part where he had to be visible. YouTube. The young man who kept going through things he should never have been blamed for. The son who survived the truck. The grandson who carried the lessons. The person who still knows how to enjoy the situation while everybody else is busy reviewing the terms. I got to see all of it. That was the gift. If you ever forget who you are, remember where you came from. You came from people who knew the ordinary things mattered. From somebody standing behind the camera because the picture was worth more than being in it, from letters and firefighters and cats with questionable clearance, dogs who guarded everything, Paris, Buc-ee's, free breakfast, Doctor Who, first class, bad jokes, good tools, expensive mistakes. Board games. Brent somehow kept winning. Last hugs, first steps, bear. People who stayed. People who left something useful behind. People who carried weight. People who named the cost. People who rebuilt. You came from laughter, used as structural steel. You came from love that showed up dressed as Tuesday. You came from a family that documented the evidence. And you came from a mother you apparently selected before coming to Earth. Again, questionable judgment, but here we are. This is what you chose. And this is what you got. And this is who you became. Listen, I have spent 25 years introducing you to the world, not because I wanted you to become me. I like me, but one of me is enough. I wanted you to know what good looked like, what expensive looked like, what funny looked like, what heartbreak looked like, what rebuilding looked like, what when you should stop recording and compose yourself looked like, but then it wouldn't be real. So when the world offered you a cheaper version, you would recognize the difference. I am proud of you, not because everything happened perfectly. It absolutely did not. I'm proud of you because you are still going, because you're still you, because after everything, you still know how to laugh. You still know how to make people lighter. You still know how to enjoy being alive. Don't lose that. Don't trade yourself for applause, anecdote except blame that belongs to grown adults with functioning frontal lobes. My job was never to keep you. My job was to get you far enough that you could carry yourself. You are not leaving behind the life I gave you. You're taking it with you. So let me introduce you one last time. This is Tristan. He is funny, kind, solid. He's stronger than he thinks. He knows what expensive looks like and feels like and still chooses the waffle. He has survived poor road conditions, several family systems, stage fright, orthodontics, and SpongeBob. He makes the room better. He belongs to himself. And now, he's going to Utah. God help Utah. Go introduce the world to you. I think they're gonna like you. I always have.
Mirror, mirror, what do you see? A tired soul staring back.
So I just got my diploma in, and literally at the gate, it has actual bird shit on it and bent like a motherfucker with like 3 packages on top. I mean, like, that's wonderful. Like, I could have a doctor's diploma in here. I could have a PhD. But fucking doesn't matter. Still get shit on.
The wrench that's needed to turn the car battery back, you know, to cinch down the car battery.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the keys.
Don't forget the keys that are in there. Don't forget.
So why are they there and not with the car?
Maybe I'm being responsible and carrying them with me and pulling them out of my pockets.
Yeah, that's what you told me the last time. When you left your keys, you dropped them by the feeding stuff. You never would have found them if I hadn't got them. I want some credit.
You have gotten credit.
Kid.
I'm giving you credit. Thank you, Mom.
This. Wait, has it been recording this entire time? No.
Mirror, mirror, what do you see? A tired soul staring back at me. But somewhere out there, someone smiles. When they think of me, they light up for a while.